I'm committed to working hard for the people of District 19. I'm honored to have built some great relationships and great partnerships with folks in the legislature and folks in Tallahassee, and look forward to continuing to work hard to deliver those results.
Palm Coast's utility upgrades got another look yesterday as State Representative Sam Greco toured wastewater treatment plant number 1 in the Woodlands. The city is in the middle of a $240 million expansion of the facility, part of a $500 million plan to bring Palm Coast wastewater system up to state-mandated advanced water treatment standards by 2035. Greco helped secure $5 million in the last legislative session for wastewater projects, including this plant. He says additional help will require cooperation across all levels of government.
This is a significant issue that's going to require partnership from a number of levels, from the local government, from the state government, and from the federal government. So we're certainly, from my position with the state, wanting to continue to get resources back to address this problem. We were able to get some funding this past year, and we're certainly going to continue to work on that.
Asked about next year's state budget, Greco had this to say.
So I think that the coming session and the FY27 budget will look similar to the FY26 budget that we just passed, but we were able to get $5 million for this project in that budget. And, we're still working, the city's still working amongst themselves and still working with us to figure out what their priorities are going to be for this year. But I do think that there's certainly an opportunity to continue to get funding for this project.
Greco's visit yesterday reflects a larger challenge facing fast-growing Florida cities, keeping pace with development while making sure the basic infrastructure residents rely on can keep up. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Rich Carroll. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, August 21st. The Palm Coast City Council has now rejected the location for a heavy industrial company.
Now the Palm Coast City Council is in agreement with the Planning Board's decision based on current zoning restrictions to oppose the construction of a concrete business at Hargrove Grade and US 1 that would have meant a constant flow of trucks in the area. Councilmember Ty Miller says the zoning could still change in the future.
I think the asks are appropriate in terms of those restrictions. If you could work with staff on those to try to limit any other uses that we deem too highly intensive for that area in terms of its compatibility with the existing businesses.
Councilmember Teresa Pontieri already has an opinion of rezoning the area.
The problem with the application going to Industrial 2 is that it eventually could be a cement plant. And I understand your point that you don't plan on going anywhere. You want to stay right here. You want to stay put. You want this to continue. Obviously, you want to continue on and have a successful batch plant. You're not intending on folding. We get that.
This rezoning application was denied and the audience applauded.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We're moving on to item I.
For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311.
Flagler Executive Airport is one of the great assets we have in the county. There's a new terminal going in. It's essentially a new airport that was built in the last few years.
The Flagler Executive Airport was a topic of discussion during last week's Free for All Friday.
Palm Coast City Councilman Dave Sullivan calls the airport an asset.
It's an enterprise organization, therefore they pay for themselves. Very little of our general fund money goes there. The question is noise. There are a lot of people worry about noise and safety, and that's okay. And I think they've established a new board to be looking at things. But the airport's going to be there. They've got plenty of sites that can be used for business, and I think it's one of the assets we have in the city.
A sentiment echoed by the city's Community Development Director, John Zobler.
As the councilman mentioned, it's a tremendous asset for us, and it's really located in the heart of Palm Coast. And so they do have developable parcels around the perimeter of the airport, and a new airport terminal is phenomenal. They just added 45 new T-hangars, which is also great, and there's still a waiting list for people to get on that. So it's a very active airport. From an economic development standpoint, we're very excited about the ability to develop around the airport.
Sullivan says the surrounding area is poised for growth.
It's too good a location not to develop. So I think that's one of our few places where industry can come in and develop. Nice size situation, and utilities are already there.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Newton.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.